Hi, this is my second time to fill up a sketchbook, so we'll do another sketchbook flipping. Okay, the first one is this Carnation, and as you can see, I did some pattern here, and this another kind. Well, while I was doing this, I thought that this kind of shading is good when I was sketching it, because I was testing it only one petal, so I drew it and I liked it, and when I drew it as a whole flower, then I realized that it's not that good, so I switched to something like this. Only the tops have color and the bottom to middle is white. So there. So midway in the drawing process, I changed how I filled in my flower. And next is here, it's a tutorial on how I color it in my flowers. So a solid color, then 2 color gradients or gradient of gel pens, and pen fill, then putting gradient pens on top, and this one is leaving blank on the top and gradient of pen or just the markers on the bottom. And then here is my illustration using all those types. So it's up to you guys, it's much better or easier for you. So I have the tutorial video in my YouTube channel, so you can just find it, or I just link it in the description. Next type is this. I saw a lot of posts in Instagram that where they put flowers inside a clear balloon. So this is one of those types that I drew. It looks like an ice cream cone. And I think this is the first time in a while I drew the calla lily flower again. So in this case, I tried to draw a white flower with using the calla lily using green, light greens, and the cotton flowers using grays. So I liked how it turned out that I can draw white flowers with using lighter colors. So if you guys want to draw white flowers, you can use grays, greens, or any other color that is much lighter to just to draw a white flower without painting it white, using the white of the paper as the white, and then the shadows or some details in lighter color of any color of your choice. The next one is another carnation flower drawing. There I used my gold marker here and some gold gel pen too. So just to emphasize the gold, I left out the other parts. It's in pencil, so you can see some smudges here. Yeah, I left it out in pencil. I should have just drawn it in maybe in a black gel pen. Tend to use your sketchbook, like draw on top, and like me, I fold my sketchbook like this while I'm draw on top, so it kind of moves, so it can smudge your pencil lines, especially if your pencil is dark. So if you want to know, my pencil is 0.7 mechanical pencil, and I have my lead. Here my lead is 2B. It's kind of dark. Yeah, I like my lines dark. It's too light. I can't see it that well. The next drawing is Morning Glory. There it's a black one because yeah, I always draw it before in blue and violets because I like it that way, but yeah, we should explore other colors too. If in this case, I like how it turned out, black and grays and some brownish yellow in the middle. It stands out. The next is Chrysanthemum. Yes, I want to draw Chrysanthemum. I can't draw it yet that good, so I'm experimenting on how I'll draw it. So before I put a lot of petals and it looks like not that too crowded for me, and then this type is I lessen the petals at the back and it still looks like you want to have some more petals because it's a petal dense flower. So maybe I'll do another version again of the chrysanthemum when I thought of it. Here I tend to search in Instagram the bouquets of flowers, so I can have an idea on how to arrange them, but most of the time I don't draw them in a bouquet fixed flowers or bouquet arranged flowers. Them in a bouquet, and I think it's really not good because it looks like my flowers are just crumpled here, just put in there. It's not like their stems are in here and sprouting from the stems. It looks like that the heads of the flowers are just put inside there, so it doesn't look like that good to me. But if it's okay to you guys. Next is there a peony wreath. The simplest peony coloring I have in the first, I think this is the first type peony I drew just using the markers, no gel pens in outlines, just pure markers and then white highlights at the edges of the petal. Yeah, so I miss drawing peonies, so I draw them from time to time. And next is this. This is so minimalist because yeah, I tend to see them in Instagram too. They drew small flowers inside blobs of color, and you know that blobs of color, and I said why not try that. So yeah, I have color here and my flowers are all white, so they can be distinguished easily. Next is here. I really want to perfect drawing this spider lily because in anime they are usually shown other than hydrangea. Of course, the cherry blossoms and this, they are the most used flowers in anime. So it looks complicated. Yeah, it looks complicated, but I want to learn how to draw it, so I kind of dissect it and I realized that it is about a bunch of flowers clumped together, and then and then connected into a one stem. So in this illustration, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers, and then they are connected to this single stem, and then from those flowers, the long stamen. Yeah, so I think this is good enough, the pen drawing of this. But after I did this, I think on how to color it, since it's too detailed and it might not look good, or they will overlap and they will just be a big chunk of color. So I'm thinking about of how to do this illustration in markers yet. Have to revise it so I can color it in. So the next one is, I draw a Chibi Girl. It's been a while since I draw a Chibi Girl. This is, I think, the first Chibi illustration in this sketchbook. So from the previous drawing, there, the spider lilies, and of course only in a pen line drawing, so it's kind of simpler than the morning glories. So yeah, my inspiration for this is the manga Kakegurui. We know those crazy girls that has glowing eyes. So there, she has glowing eyes. I'm kind of proud that it looks like it's glowing to me. I don't know I don't know to you guys, but to me it looks like it's glowing, because yeah, all the other parts are in grays other than her eyes that is white. So this is the next drawing, is this a combination of chrysanthemum and cotton flowers. So the same technique used in the previous chrysanthemum, which is I tend to clump in the middle the shorter petals, and then outward longer petals. It looks kind of nice, but I want my chrysanthemum to be petal dense, so I'll still revise on how I'll draw my chrysanthemum. Next is another carnation drawing, and learn how to center your drawing on the paper. If you have to run some guidelines here just to put the center and sketch your base drawing there, so when you're finished it's all in the center, then why not learn how to center your drawing. This is the first drawing that I didn't use black gel pen as the outline of my drawing. The first time I bought brown pens for lining in my drawings. It's much better than using only black on all the lines in your drawing. It's also additional materials for you, because if every color has to have brown, I guess. And then this is, I think I named it Apple Blossom. Yeah. So I googled the picture of it and drawn one. So in this case, I'm kind of put more details in the flower than in the leaves. But it is shaded, like not like the other leaves. I have just a single blob of color, but I think I should put details on some of the leaves too, especially if they are in the front, closer to the main flower or main subject. So next is here another orange roses and some cotton balls. This one is kind of a loose feeling, but and the cotton flowers are kind of loose, and then the main flowers that are the orange roses are not, because they have they are outlined, so, and the leaves are kind of loose too, so it's a mix of two. So this one is just how to draw simple flowers using brush markers, because everyone wants to draw easily, make it look like what they're doing is easy, but others don't know. They practice their hardest, like they take about 10-20 years to achieve that hard are doing looks easy, especially to people who don't know how to do those things. It just doesn't apply to art, to other things too. So people who are expert on what they are doing tend to make what they are doing look easy, but in fact it is not. It is an accumulation of experiences and stuff like that. So next is this. The main point of this is I just want to draw bubbles. Flower drawing channel, I put it in here, and I've always wanted to know how to draw transparent, like transparent cloth or these bubbles. So in this case, I kind of studied on how that art is made, so I copied on what colors that person used. So that person used purple, blue, yellow, pink, and white. So just those, and I chose which purple of what kind of purple, what kind of blue, what kind of yellow and pink that you should use together to make it look like it's all together or put together as a whole. You guys learn from other people. It's not bad to use references. Yeah, use references. I use references for getting ideas. Like I said before, I tend to browse for inspiration of what arrangement or flower to draw, and other things like this. I want to draw bubbles, so, and I think this is the second chibi. The video for this is just the line art, because my phone, I'm using my phone recording my video, so it's not the full video. Next is there, another morning glory illustration, and this time I have blues. Tried to do a bunch of morning glories and then put some accessories here. I am practicing on how to draw bubbles, crystals, something like that, so I can decorate my flowers with it in the future. So yeah, bubbles, crystals, ribbons, stuff like that. So in the future, I am not just drawing flowers as it is, but also with some accessories that can look much better. Next is nighttime and some carnations. I saw a picture of nicely drawn clouds, so, and okay, as you can see, I drew clouds. So aside from those accessories, I think that I should also learn to draw some scenery, so my flowers will not be just a flower illustration itself, that's just the flower itself, but flowers in a specific scenery, or flowers that is arranged with some other stuff. So I'm learning how to draw other stuff too right now, so it would not just be just flower itself drawings. So next is, this is supposed to be a ginkgo tree. When I am drawing this, I can see this big ginkgo leaves here, but when I check the video, it's kind of not that emphasized, so it looks like there are no big ginkgo leaves here that are blowing to her face. So what I learned is you have to emphasize what is in the foreground. So next time, maybe if I'll draw something like this next time, to emphasize more of the objects that are nearer to the audience or stuff like that. So the style is, I tend to draw trees and some simple scenery in there. So I learned how to draw this tree via that architecture style of drawing trees, because it's not that detailed, because the main point in their drawing is the building or the house in their drawing, not the trees. It's a simple style of how to draw trees. Next is, here some bubbles, ribbons, clouds, and some cotton. As I said before, I am practicing on how to draw my flowers with other elements too. So in this case, I am inspired by a manga or manhwa that I am reading. So if you read a lot of manhwas, the Korean ones that are scrolling and colored, so you can see that most shoujo manhwa has flowers. So this is inspired by those manhwa panels. So this one is a panel, and then we have our subject overflowing in the panel with some ribbon and bubble stuff. Here is another version of my spider lily. When I was doing it, you know, I planned to cover it so it will be a dark scene. It kinda ruined it. It was kinda nice when it's not colored in black yet. So maybe I should have not put some black here, but this is the first version of the colored spider lily after those lines only spider lily. So maybe if I'll gonna draw the spider lily again, I'll use this style again, just leaving out color. I mostly colored in the edges and then leave most of the whites. So because I thought if I colored it all red, it will look like a clump again. So what I did is just the edges are colored and the middle part of the petal are leave blank. And then, since just to show that it is a two-dimensional petal, like it curves like this or like this, I draw lines along the curvature of the petal. So maybe next time I'll draw another spider lily. I'll remove this black, it won't be ruined. Next is this birds of paradise, because the flower looks like a bird, and I don't have I don't have any idea what to draw, and I'm kind of my flowers are too repetitive. Our garden, we have a garden on our rooftop, so we have this flower there. And yeah, I took a picture and search Google on what it looks like, because maybe there are other types of this flower. So the most pops up the most in the Google search is this type. So we have one, but we have this is more of this is there and there, and another is red peony. So it's been a while since I drew peonies in this sketchbook. Draw again. So yeah, mostly my peonies are violet, purple, blue. So this one is red. So it looks kind of festive, red and gold.